Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan, thank you very much for taking your time and accept our interview. I would like to start with the flood catastrophe in Pakistan. We know that the SG visited Pakistan, and once he said that for Pakistan, it did not really meaningfully contribute to climate change, yet it's one of the countries that got the most dramatically impacted by climate change. So if you have anything to say, especially for those industrialized countries or rich countries who made promise to give like $100 billion every year, but yet we're still not there, what are you going to tell them? And more precisely, what can Pakistan benefit from that investment if they had fulfilled the promise?
So, just to give you a rundown about the floods, they're extremely devastating. I mean, this is a disaster on a biblical, apocalyptic scale. We've experienced floods before, we've experienced monsoons before, we've experienced once-in-a-lifetime floods before. But this is on the extent of the damage and the affected area is so overwhelming. After the monsoons from mid-June till the end of August, when the rain finally stopped, a 100-kilometer lake formed in the middle of my country that's making its way towards the sea. And this is a compounding crisis, because not only do we have to deal with the impacts of the climate change and the climate catastrophe, but then we have health issues, health crises issues with waterborne diseases spreading at epidemic rates, then the amounts of crops that have been damaged, the agricultural loss, more than 4 million acres of standing crops washed away with the floods. The next round of, in 2 months' time, we are meant to plant our wheat. That's also looking difficult, so we have serious food security issues staring us in the face. And then, as you may be aware, we had just entered our agreement with the IMF, so we were in difficult economic times before. We were hoping for a breathing space with the IMF agreement, and that too is now. So there's economic uncertainty going forward. So this is a perfect storm of disasters, and it's absolutely ironic, as you say, that developing countries such as ours face a difficult situation, particularly in Pakistan's context. We've contributed 0.8% of the carbon footprint, but now we are one of the 10 most climate-stressed countries on earth. We are the 8th most climate-stressed country. We are literally ground zero for climate change. So I think it's only fair to expect developed countries who have talk a lot about countering climate change, to expect them to live up to their commitments on that front. But frankly, what is climate change? Climate change is the price we poorer countries pay, the whole world is paying, for the industrialization of rich countries.
Let's talk about our long friendly relationship, between Pakistan and China. We know that China started the Belt and Road Initiative, and the CPEC is one of the most important projects of Belt and Road Initiative. So what do you think the advantage CPEC or Belt and Road Initiative bring to Pakistan? And more importantly, we know that recently many people, they started to criticizing Belt and Road Initiative, saying that there's this financial trap for developing countries or emerging economies. So what do you think of this?
To the critics, I would say that this jealousy doesn't look too good on them. And I believe that the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is an exemplary example of the One Belt, One Road Initiative. The economic advantages to both our countries from this revolutionary initiative, we're just beginning to see the initial results. Going forward, this is going to unlock such an economic potential for both our peoples. And I think that obviously when other people who were not focused on such great initiatives, when they saw the One Belt, One Road not only take off, but take off in such a spectacular manner, they start trying to undermine such projects and such initiatives. But I don't think that they will succeed. We don't talk. The Chinese government is not about just their words. They're about their actions. And the One Belt, One Road initiative, particularly, I can't speak for others, I don't know the details of what other countries are doing with this. The China-Pakistan economic corridor has been a fundamental game changer for the economies of our two countries, and this is just the start. Rather than criticizing, undermining, I would suggest that other countries, if they think they can do better, then they should provide their alternative, because I hear a lot of talk from other countries also about the sort of development and work that they want to do internationally, but I don't see anyone coming close to the vision of the One Belt, One Road initiative.